Helps if I get everything set up. Alright, so let's get that. Need to bring that up so that we can go. Let's do that playlist today. See how all this goes. Alright, so oh man. There we go. You can actually see what's outside now, huh? Oh, right. So I think we've got most of the ship. Okay, so the big ship we know is pretty much done outside of any internal stuff that we want to do. I have a bunch of scrap and miscellaneous stuff on me. We can drop that off. It looks like it's mostly just plates that we're actually hauling around. Alright, so let's swing by, pick up some food, pick up some water. Actually, we've got drinks on us. Let's go ahead and burn the tea. Alright. Looks like the full restart and rebuild, everything has worked out. It's all actually working the way it's supposed to now. Let's grab... you know what? Let's grab one of those. Just because it's easy. Alright, I would really like to be able to make the soup, but we don't have any place that we can pull the meat from. But that's okay. Come on, walking out through the ship, and we're going to head over to the hangars so that we can actually go take a look at the new ship. Need to go over and finish up the armor. That's the big thing that we need to get done today. And I have you closed off entirely. You're closed off entirely. Okay, I need to put a button in. Oh. Let's get... See, I knew I forgot something over here. Let's go ahead and put that in there, and we're going to put another one in here. Alright, and you are the hangar entrance, starboard hangar door. You are port, hangar entrance, starboard. There we go. We'll set you to toggle. We didn't violently depressurize, and of course I'm on the wrong side of the ship. Doesn't that figure? Oh man. Alright, I was on the port side. I thought I was on starboard before, but I guess not. Alright, so last time we were together, we did a whole bunch of stuff and basically got our turret up and running. We've got the ship is pretty much done at this point. It's just playing around with the color schemes. I'm probably going to actually switch that over to a yellow. I don't know yet. And then I'm thinking for these areas I may go ahead and continue the light panels. So we have light panels there. Maybe take one of these blocks out and put the light panel in here, and that way we'll have light panel. See, what I kind of would like to do, and I don't know, will I be able to get away with this if I go, because I mean there's small blocks, right? So that's actually going to be there. So what I could do is I could cut out the blocks that are behind here and replace those with light panels, and then we could do an armor panel. Oh, because no, that would be the top surface. So I mean, it would still be airtight. The question is do I want to go that route, or do we want to Because, I mean, it would look cool. Don't get me wrong. What type of armor are you? You're light armor panels, so... I mean, even with the revamp, the combat revamp, light armor is not that much different. So, I mean, I could rip these out, replace all of that with light panel, except for the kick over here. And then that would give us a light band that came all the way up and around. So if we were to do that, let's grab you, and then so we'd be looking at that one will have to come out. Alright, so you load you back up so we don't have a pressurization issue. And then for you guys, actually, no, I guess I could get away with. See, that would. I wouldn't be able to put them on the turns. Not sure how I want to do that then. That's going to take the fun out of it. Hey, Jago, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. I mean, it would actually be kind of interesting to have these be recessed, but I don't want to have a giant gap area over here. Alright, well, if I'm going to have to do that anyway, let's change up our paint color here. We'll just go ahead and do that. Let Bob weld those up. Just trying to figure out how I want to do the armoring and the detailing. Alright. And then we were talking the last time about what we're going to do back here, and I haven't really decided on this aspect yet. I think we're going to go ahead and just say do that, and that is actually going to come out that way. I guess we can go ahead and do one more on there. And then I'm thinking that may end up being something pretty simple like that. Oopsie. Just to get the general design in there. And that leaves us the ability to bring this back. I might even bring that down a block or two. But what I'm thinking here is that we'll end up with something like this, where we'll backfill that. And then maybe something like this. Fill that in again. And then, I mean, we could... This might work, actually. Because what we do is, on this side, is we do something like that. Yeah, that might work. And then we'll have a ring, basically a lip for the cowling that comes back over this way. Hey, no worries, Jago. Yeah, like I said, even with the revamp, armor still is it used to be tissue paper, now it's construction paper, basically. You really, if you're doing anything with any kind of overly hostile mods, you kind of need shields still for small grids. It's like even with the, because I'm using the MA weapons rebalance, and their vanilla weapon replacement pack. And even with all of that being considered, the time to death is just way too quick for small ships. Even like small ships gone large, it's just the blocks themselves just don't have the durability and hit points that you need to survive anything that's in the game right now. So, hey Rashid, welcome. How you doing? But yeah, so, and now added in the fact that so many things are explosive, like most blocks have had some kind of small explosive feature before. Like when you destroy a block on a grid, you know, even a regular armor block, it would do a little bit of damage around the surrounding blocks. Part of that was from the block deformation, which that does not happen anymore, which is where a lot of the savings in the blocks have come in. But again, the small blocks, the damage scale, even on like handheld weapons, I mean, it's crazy how much damage things do in the game compared to the materials that you're using. But again, I guess we'll figure something out. Do I just want to go? I think I'm going to go. Let's just frame this up. Yeah, let's go that way. Oh. Did I go all the way across? I did. Okay. So I took that all the way to there. And I think we're going to go ahead and just do that. Now I might do something with this, I don't know yet. But we'll see how that actually plays out. And then what I'm going to do here is we're going to go ahead and frame that in. I'll take that off because I did do some stuff on that one. Alright. And for here, we're going to basically come across and do the same thing. And oh, it's fine. Hold it. We'll make it work. All right. I don't know what we're gonna do with that yet, but we'll figure something out. And you go to there. Yes, you went to the end. Okay. No, don't weld it up. Fighting Bob. Alright. That's going to come out this way. That's going to come over. But yeah, like I was saying, I've been playing around with a lot of the things that are available now. And I enjoy them. I think that the new blocks are absolutely bloody amazing. But at the same time, you know, it's really hard to say combat is balanced. I mean, really. Oh man. Right, so if we do that, basically just reproducing what we have on the other side here. Now, I'm not saying you can't make, you know, like impressively armored ships even on small grid. The new deflection mechanic, you know, there's an argument in there, or I should say a discussion in there as to just how effective the deflection actually is, because there's some great videos that show the shot deflection. But it's been said, there's been a couple of people who have said that they've done the testing on it, and it's basically just a graphic deflection. It's not actually a damage, like a shell deflection. Yeah, the numbers don't work out in quite the way that you might expect them to, and that's, I think, part of the problem. Is that a lot of people are expecting, you know, the block is basically I guess technically 1/25th the size, because it's the large grid equivalent of 5x5 to a small grid block. So for every one large grid, it's a roughly 5x5 grid. But even there, the numbers don't work out quite right. Hey Zorn, welcome to the stream. So it really just comes down to really playing around with the way that armor penetration mechanics work. Because now that you have railguns, the railguns just blow through everything. They don't care. It's like if there have been examples of ships that were like top tier combat ships before. They were just known and notorious for taking a beating. One large railgun will run the keel. It's just the over penetration on some of the weaponry is just absolutely insane. Makes it fun, but also means that there's going to be a lot more new meta coming out as far as what you're doing for your designs and such. Now, one of the things that they didn't change, as far as I can tell, is the damage transference. So we've talked about it before, and I've demonstrated it a couple of times on the channel. I don't think I've talked about it recently. Basically, the way damage calculations occur is based off of the grid that it's impacting, and it takes into consideration gaps. So one of the reasons why armor details like this actually end up being pretty effective for armor is because, let's say this was a flat surface on the front, right? And we're going to go with the idea that the deflection isn't actually a thing right now. Actually, let me take that out of there. Let's go light armor blocks for this demonstration, because it works the same regardless if it's light or heavy. This is just easier and cheaper to weld through. Alright, so let's say the railgun was to hit here, right? Because I have a small gap on the back, if deflection is true, like if deflection actually does allow you to divert some of the impact damage, that will give you a little bit of a space here. Now the thing is that even if it isn't, that counts as an air gap for damage transfer. So the way that damage transfer works is that when you hit a block, say this one, if there's a block attached to the sides on any side, part of the damage bleeds over, right? When there is an air gap between the blocks, it doesn't. The damage calculation stops just on the armor that's there. When the air gap is present, then penetration kicks in. So when the damage hits, or the projectile hits, it says, okay, here's where the damage is focused. Is there anything behind that point? If not, the damage is here. If it's penetration value, then some percentage of that damage carries forward through for the depth of penetration. Yeah, so the reason this is why large grid versus small grid damage is weird, because all of the weapons are balanced, all weapons and weapon penetrations are balanced against heavy armor large grid, right? Well, I should say large grid armor. And because of that, just everything just rightly destroys small grid ships really, really easy. I mean, as an example, for the folks who are watching the Leaky O2 series, I actually had a pirate ship come by like right after I ended the stream, and the missile turrets on board cut it in half. And I mean, it was literally a salvo cut that thing in half. I was actually going to record it just for an behind the scenes thing, but there wasn't enough time. And that was large grid versus large grid. Those same types of weapons against something like this, yeah, no, not a chance. And in this game, most of the AI stuff that you fight is either large grid ships, stations, or small grid ships that are built around the idea of attacking large grid ships. So that's what when I'm talking about like the time to kill, like time to kill and time to death ratios. It's not tuned for small grid to be on the receiving end of damage. It's meant to be, it's more like the swarm fighters from like sci-fi shows where, you know, they pop instantly, but they can do damage to bigger ships. And that's what it's, the way the game is really balanced. I mean, it's pretty obvious that that's the way that they were going with it. Alright, so for the bottom down here, I am gonna do some walkways like we did on the top. So, but yeah, that's my combat system ramp for space engineers. But yeah, so like the walkways we did here, I'm gonna do the same thing down on the bottom, just to give us a little bit of extra armor there. I mean, anything that helps soak even just a point of damage is good. Alright, so... Alright. What's sad is that, you know, talking about the systems, like combat systems in Space Engineers, people get the opinion that it's not good or it's not fun, and it is actually fun, and it is actually a really well designed system. They went with the idea, like I said, they basically, from what I can tell, went with the idea that small ship fighters are supposed to be swarmers, right? They're nuisance fighters, glass cannon kind of designs, which, like I said, is fine, you know. The problem comes in that they're telling people that these things are viable combat ships, like, and they're not. If you get something with more than a chain gun on it, I mean, you can watch what happens to the small ships in some of the challenges and stuff that they've put in. Even in the survival, there's a scenario that was introduced, I want to say for the 1.0 launch, which is basically red versus blue, and the ship, you know, everybody starts with the same ships. Folks jump into them, drop down, and when the combat kicks off, ships die really quickly. The biggest change that they did for combat in the newest edition of Space Engineers is the priority targeting for the AI. AI doesn't shoot directly for cockpits anymore. It shoots for primary systems like weapons and thrusters, and basically center of mass, I believe. But they used to prioritize control surface, like control seats and control blocks. That's why you would do a single pass on a ship, and your ship would be destroyed. It's because you got shot out of your cockpit. Sounds like there's... Shall we go take a look, see what's going on? We've got the observation area over here, right? Let's get that out of our way. Hey, look, what's left of the ship is dead. Oh. Yep. That's why I put this thing in here. So we can come up and take a look. Oh. Anyway. Let's get back to what we were doing in here. We need to finish this armor design up. I haven't figured out what I want to do on this side yet. Yeah, but they were actually talking about the changes to the AI targeting system with the new turrets, which is why when you look at the new turret controls for the custom turrets, let me jump in here because I have one. I want custom controls, right? So when you're talking about like the things that you can target, you notice. So some of this is because of the mod I have installed. Reorganizes some of this, right? But you can do like things like pick subsystems now. And so before, everything was actually, you know, steering control blocks. That was their priority default, or I should say default priority stuff. And now, like I said, they're basically targeting, I want to say center of mass. If they're like basically if it doesn't see any weapons. The hierarchy now is, I want to say, weapons and power, I think. I don't remember. Decoy blocks always trump everything. So you throw a decoy block on it, that becomes a priority target. Which is fine. It should work that way. That's what decoys are for. Alright, and then that, we said we're going to bring down. I just don't know how I want to bring this down. Because this is all going to be armored in. Alright, so we're going to end up with something like that. I just don't know what design I want to do down here, because I don't want a giant flat ass on this thing. Oh. Alright, we're going to go ahead and just... I'm going to use that as a little bit of space armor in there. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Let's see if I can sneak one in. Oh. With all these bobs, the system's going crazy. Alright. And yeah, okay. So bring that out one more line. There we go. And then we're going to end up doing some armor designing on this as well. We'll sculpt this out. I'm probably going to end up... because I kind of want to keep this style going. So maybe I'll pull this stuff off. And we'll go 2 blocks of recessed. And then we'll have it taper up into the cowling. I don't know. I'm not quite sure how I want to do that. So. Correct, Fade, yes. Yeah, so... Yeah, that was what I was saying. I may have not said it properly, but that was what I was meaning to say. Yeah, cockpits and flight seats are no longer the priority target. Like I said, I think it's weapons and power, with decoys being obviously the lead point. Decoys always take priority over everything for targeting, for AI at least. All right, so for this one, I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna greeble this a little bit. Unfortunately, the pipes... So I'd love to do the pipes, but... I need... something that when it's welded up... I might do an ore detector. Small ore detectors might not be bad in there. I'm trying to remember what... Oh, you know what we could do? We could do that. We can do these guys. And that would be... actually, let me go in here. I want to drop in the light armor because I don't want to use heavy armor for this. We're going to go back, was that 1, 2, 3? Let's go back 4. These are only 1 block. So I'm thinking, maybe we'll do another one then. I actually thought about maybe doing the venting blocks, the heat vents back here. And so that's going to go on to, that's going to go that way, and it's going to be, how many did we end up doing those back? That's 1. Okay, so we've got 1 spacer, that's where it's going to be, this is going to be there. So one of the things I had been talking about doing was these guys. So instead of having them on the side like we have them, have them here. Maybe even bring them all the way out. No, I'd like having them recessed. Let's try that actually. Let's see what that looks like. And so when those, basically as the power consumption goes up, these open up and get brighter. So What do you think? Do we like that better? Or do we like those better? See, I wish these were more square. These might actually be better if I brought them forward more. Why am I seeing... Oh, I'm like, why am I seeing a smoke effect? That was because we put the exhaust pipes in. Hey, Kaylin, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, the orc builds in the new system are going to be interesting. So I'll be interested to see what you do with that. The orc ships, because of the fact the old builds that you had where there was so much open space on the interiors, even with how you had all the walkways and rooms and everything, there was a lot of open space. So it would have been really hard for the old system to do catastrophic damage because of the damage transfer. But with the new system, now that penetration is actually penetration tracking is actually a thing, especially with the railguns. I don't envy the rebuilds on those things, but I think that works fine for those. But if we're going to use those, I think we need to bring them back further. So I think it would need to be... I think it would actually does need to be out here for those. Because even though they're a full block... I want pipes in here, damn it. I want the pipes to be small grid. Oh. See, I don't have any mod packs. I don't have any block packs installed that are good greebling packs. Let's see. I think those would actually be kind of cool. What I could do... That's our ignore color. So what we could do is do this. Something like this might work. I like that better. Okay, so let's go maybe something like that. Come on. Come on. Thank you. To there. Hey, that's supposed to... Oh, because there's somebody I don't have set up with an exalt or ignore. What I might do here is... This could be interesting. Let's go... Something like that. How does that look? Okay, I'm kind of liking that actually. There she. Yeah, I know. I just been lazy and I didn't install it. That might actually look good if we push it back one block, which is where I wanted stuff to be anyway. Let's try that back one block. We rebuilt that up. Alright. So if we do this way, so there to there, how's that look? Okay, I think that's going to be my new, I like that element. I think that's going to be my new go-to for decoy holding designs. Let's go ahead and get this out of here. Not many more rebuilds? Huh. Yeah, Lucas and the new turret system. Yeah, I'm terrified of what he comes up with, man. This when he released Corruption AI to the world, that was a crazy day. I think Krieg's working with it. I should say Krieg is probably working with all of it at this point, but yeah, it's rather nuts. The way that Lucas works with the in-game scripting systems. Yeah. You're gonna replace the old Warboss? Are you gonna replace the big cannon on it with the railguns? Or are you gonna do a complete rebuild on it? But yeah, those new custom turrets. Oh, so much fun. Yeah, I think that's gonna be my new decoy positioning thing. That's kind of cool. Oh, you know what I should do is I should put a rotor in so the whole thing spins. And then back here, how many blocks is that? That is 1, 2, 3. So I wouldn't be able to do anything with there, but I'm thinking maybe do decoys. Maybe build decoy into the side here. That might be the transition piece that we do. Do a decoy band. Maybe some glass? Maybe. Maybe. The other thing that I could do is these guys. The old barred windows. So we could do something like that. That actually wouldn't look too bad if I went like that. Trying to decide if I'm going to go horizontal or vertical. I think I see having it go horizontal is nice because it breaks the vertical lines. Having it vertical though keeps it consistent, and you actually get to see more of some of the detail in there. That's true. I didn't think about the randomizer. Right on. I look forward to seeing what you come up with, man. Let's go this way. I was actually going to load orcs in on this save, believe it or not. The mech ship? Oh, screw you, man. If that's the ship I think you're talking about, oh, that thing. That's the one that wrecks me every time. Even with shields. It's like, hi, how you doing? Oh, because I think that's the one that's got the big saw on it. Is that the mech ship? I don't remember. There's so many great ships in that mod. For those who don't know, the mod we're talking about is Fade does this mod called Orcs, and yeah, I've used it before. It's an awesome mod. I don't have it loaded on the save currently, but it'll make its way in here. All right. That seems like that was a quick fight. Oh, the wasp is still coming in. Really? Alright, let's I am not even going to depressurize the hangar. I'm just going to blow the O2 out. We're about to blow the envelope out here, guys. Helps if I close my helmet. Alright. I'm going to go out and see if that wasp is still around. 6. We'll take a look at the externals when we get outside here. There we go. Oh, that we've got space smoke. That's awesome. All right. Oh, let's go. My shields are up, y'all. Yeah. There's the wasp there. He's running away. Let's go get him. Ah. Oh, is it the broadside ship? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, when you want everything. Exactly, Nada. If you want a challenge, man. Oh, that mod is mean. I would say outside of the absolute complete craziness that is the assertive mod, the assertive AI mod, or the corruption AI mod rather. Yeah, orcs. At least orcs, you have a chance. Oh, it ran away. Ah. Oh well. Let's go this way. Alright. AI ran away from us. I love the fact that we're spitting smoke into space. I need to change that effect. Oh, let's see here. Let's change this up. Oh, that's the car smoke. Oh, let's go. I don't know. What do we want to do? Reactor smoke's always fun. Let's go fire. I think fire would be good. Ah. And strangely appropriate for their ship. Oh, so much fun. I think with any of the mods like the orcs or the corruption AI. So corruption AI kind of cheats, and I've told Lucas this before. That hacker drone is just wrong. I think with the orcs specifically, it's more the randomizer than anything else. It's like it's really easy to get a completely overpowered opponent early on in the wave spawner. But overall, I think that if you're doing it, as long as you know what the range of the vehicles are in there, I don't really see a problem with it. I know, right? Proper orky. Ah. Well, I figured if we were going to go aggressive salvage, we should look the part. Let's see here. Is anybody moving? See if we can come to a complete stop here and see if anybody's actually out and about. We'll find out in a second. Nope, looks like everybody is dead in space. I kind of need to go clean these guys up just because of the fact that we had so many in here when the update hit that it broke the pre-existing ship AI. I don't know why the AI didn't reset after everything was said and done, but it's okay. Let's go clear out the cycle. Actually, let's go get these guys. Yeah, no, that's kind of what I was saying. Is like you have to have a realistic expectation of what you're getting into with the mods. And I think the mods, like Orcs is awesome because it is such a challenging mod, but at the same time, I can see some people not liking it because, you know, there's no scale up to challenge. It's you either get lucky with small stuff or you have a war boss show up kind of thing. And yes, I know the war boss is a kind of an event thing. But with a few too many guns. Like I said, I personally like it. I thought it was a lot of fun. But yeah, you have to do what you think is best for the... I mean, it's obvious. Obviously, you have to do what you think's best for the mod. So... and like I said, most of the time I'm fighting stuff in small grid, so it doesn't really matter to me. Because, you know, I've gone from wet tissue paper to somewhat moist construction paper. In the oh, hello. So, but it's all good. Oh, I don't have the... this thing? It needs to be set. Mouse control. Thank you. And boonk. Hey, like I said, more DACA is always good. But, I mean, just look at how much damage a small grid ship can put out. I mean, just as an example, yeah, I've got shields on this thing, but... with the new weapons in the game, small grid ships really are capital ship destroyers. I mean, look at how fast I was able to disable that thing. And yeah, it's kind of a testament to the shields that I'm still alive, but... I mean, there's so much needs to be rebalanced in Space Engineers for combat. So, is what it is. It's fun. That's what matters, right? I mean, look at how much stuff is just... We've basically cut this thing down. Right on. Well, like I said, good luck with the redesigns. I do not envy the mod authors like you that are dealing with the combat aspects. Because even with the new stuff, it's just there's so many things that you have to take into consideration now. I wonder if there's anything left of this guy worth going after. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I need to get out of the way. Out of the way. Well, looks like all of the control surfaces have been destroyed on board. Alright, so do we actually have a build repair? Yeah, we do. Okay, are you guys turned on? You are. So we are drifting pretty good speed here. Yeah. I mean, it keeps you busy, right? Tell you what, for Friday, or not, actually Friday, I may not be here because my dog has a vet appointment. So if I do a live stream on Friday, I'll load Orcs, whatever the current implementation of Orcs are, and if not, it'll be here for Monday's live stream. That way, for the folks that are curious, you'll be able to see what we're talking about with it. But yeah, it's a great mod. I enjoy it a lot. So. We're just going to sit here and let Bob strip this thing for us. See? Look, free content, right? Oh. But... yeah, it's unfortunate I had to come over here to engage these guys to actually get the AIs reset. So. Oh, man. What the? You just randomly decided to shoot it now. Why did you just suddenly start shooting at it? Well, alright, well. I guess I need to put a turret control group back in. Oh. Well, see, what I should do is go bring a salvage ship over. Have you seen what I did on that yet, Fade? If you haven't seen this, you'll absolutely love it. We're talking like wasted level of why the hell did I do this? Oh man! All right, let's head back to the ship, and I'll show you what we did over there for those. Because I know there's a bunch of people who haven't seen this yet, and I kind of want to show it off. It's just so funny. Makes me do nothing but laugh and cackle maniacally, more so than normal. Oh, trust me, Jago. Fade will always Fade, work at your own schedule. I'm just saying, whatever's available in workshop, that's what I'm going to load. Don't feel like you have to get the new stuff out yet. Yeah, I'm not wasting shacking those guys. Oh, but yeah, let's head back. We'll head back to the ship, and I'll show you what we've got going on the salvage ship, and what we're gonna do. Okay, I-Corps we're friendly with. I'm not worried about them. Well, I should say we're at least neutral with them. Space Pirates and Assertive are the only folks that we're actively at war with in this particular playthrough. There's a couple of others that are pseudo hostile, but it's only because we haven't really done anything to change our faction with them. Yeah, the salvage ship that we've got. So basically I captured one of the NPC ships and retrofitted it, threw a couple of refineries on it, built out a massive assembler array in it. I think I've got like 8 or 9 assemblers on it now. And then the forward section, I took out the cargo boxes or 2 of the cargo blocks and replaced it with the saw. So I never go with the saw. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, like I said, I'm always happy to play with the Orcs mod and any of the other mods. So is Krieg still doing his weapons or is he just doing stuff specifically for Arco now? Do you know? Because I haven't seen anything. Unfortunately, I haven't been keeping up with him. I should probably touch base with him and see what he's doing. But the last I saw, he was doing a lot of stuff, specifically weapons. And he has a couple of really good packs out, but it seems like he's doing a lot of collaboration work now. I don't know if you actually hang out with Krieg at all or not. He pops up in the damnedest places though. Right. Let's go. Another assertive. Okay, hit our. The ship's got more mass on it than I remember it having. All right. I think I'll leave this thing parked outside. I'm not even gonna take it in. We'll just leave it out. I'll park it later. Right on. Right on. Yeah, I really liked, or I should say, I like a lot of the stuff that Krieg builds weapon-wise. He actually did, for those who don't know, Krieg's one of the modders who does a lot of like system stuff. He's got a couple of weapons and armor packs and things, and really interesting stuff. Like his design choices are really rather creative. Much more so than what I come up with, that's for sure. All right, so the old NPC what is it, the what's it called? I don't remember the damn name of the ship now. The medical frigate from Star Wars. That's, from my understanding, is that was what influenced the original design of that ship. So what we did is we added refineries down here. There's a conveyor network behind it that's full of assemblers. We added the 2 hangar spaces. And I'm actually going to move you. Let's bring... Oh, I need some vertical thrust controls. All right. He is definitely an arms dealer. He's the closest thing to Tony Stark, I think, that Space Engineers has right now. It's like his ship, his weapons and armor stuff. Oh, it is definitely Chef's kiss, that's for sure. But yeah, just to keep us from depressurizing everything. Yeah. So what I did is I captured what used. Okay, so the ship that I captured was basically the long piece here. Those thrusters, the control deck, right? And then the lower area, which was pretty much hollow. I threw in a couple of refineries, rebuilt the interior section out of there, and like I said, we've got all that stuff in there. I put a custom turret down here. I actually need to take... No, let me go ahead and take this off. Because this has to be on the same grid as the display. So it's not doing me any good there. I've got the radio spectrometry mod loaded. Okay, so I've got these 2 bobs set up on, I want to say, a 3x1 block width. So that's a deconstruction turret. I added in all of this stuff for the hangars and support facilities and everything. Did some modifications here where I changed out the skylights. Walk you through the interior here. And I took the 4 cargo blocks that were in here, the 4 large cargo containers, out. And because I've got the Eat, Sleep, Drink, Repeat mod in, we put in all of our life support and food production stuff. But here's... I'm going to introduce everybody who hasn't seen this yet to the saw. Hey Jago, have fun, man. This is the saw. So we have 1 build and repair nanobot system, and then we've got 6 on this side, 6 on that side. Oh, let's get up here. And then the autopilot that was in here before. Yeah, so we've got 13 bobs in just this area. Oh. And I've got a bunch of large reactors that I've put in, and, you know, I've basically upgraded the power systems on this thing like crazy. But I use this for base melting now. So what I've done is, let's get upstairs. And I've got a couple of dedicated bobs throughout the ship just for keeping the ship repaired. We've got the large... well, it used to be the large ship shield generator. Actually, over here. Let's get our sleep requirement up. There. And head up. Oh, I took the NPC crap out and put the turrets in here. So that's where the turret controls are on board. Alright, so... okay, so we do that. Added a bunch of thrusters to it, obviously. I had to add a couple of gyros. Hey, look. Who's the closest victim? You know what? We got the space station trade outpost over there. Let's go that way. Yeah, and so one of the things that I did is that's all 13 of those forward of those forward bobs are only active in that area. Alright, so let's get ourselves pointed in the right direction. We're going to go down and clean up some of the miscellaneous red stuff that's out here. Oh, and I need to, did I have it on here? I do. Okay. I have this little gizmo. It lets people know that I am coming for aggressive salvage. Oh. Oh, there it is. Aggressive salvage is underway. I figured if we're going to go piracy salvage, we may as well look the part, right? Oh, man. Actually, I need to close those forward hangar doors. Forward doors. Let's go ahead and close those, just in case the shields go down. The only problem with it is you have to be really close to it to actually be able to see it because of the way that the scripting radius works now. Hey, look, there's a Cyclops. Hi, Mr. Cyclops. Let me say hi to you. Come here. Oh, it's decided it wants to go after the Cyclops. Oh, okay, it's gone after everybody. All right, that's fine. What I really enjoy, though, let's turn you around this way, is that I actually also built this guy. Oh, it's just outside my range. Let's go bring the nose up just a little bit. There we go. And now, you know what? I don't like that portion. So that portion's no longer there. Oh. So, yeah. So what do you think? The Armco guys would be be proud of that build? Oh, man. And I've got two of those turrets on the front of this thing, by the way. Oh. Oh, this might hurt. This might hurt a lot. I'm trying to see if we can slide past this thing. See, you don't get away from us. And then if you decide you don't want to be shooting at everything, like you don't want to destroy everything, I can actually turn off all my turrets. I do have a single turret control. No, except for the one guy on the back, the Gatling gun. So this is what we would be able to destroy. Let's see here. Let's get a little closer. And we're just going to go ahead and turn on the saw. are you? It's just damn turrets in the back. Where's my Gatling turrets? You guys, knock it off. Quit destroying my loot. Alright. And so yeah, Bob just basically, these things just melt everything. So if you remember that big arm that was there when we came in, that's all that's left of it. Oh, so much fun. All right. Oh. Yeah, so we're just basically, I've got it set to prioritize the high value targets first. And it's pulling power, thrusters, cargo, conveyors, that kind of crap. So much fun. I don't know if I turned the armor off or not on it. I may have turned the armor collection off, so it may just leave a husk there. Yeah, I was gonna say the mod itself. My understanding is it's a collaboration between like 3 or 4 people. So that's yeah, that's the saw in action right there. Let's go take a look outside actually. I don't think anybody is showing up here. Actually, let's do. We're just gonna drop all of this stuff off. And let's go to really quick. Get that back. How are we doing for food and water? Water is low, so we're gonna do that really quick. And we'll close that up. That way, if I have to, I can get in and out of here quickly. So this is what is left in this section. But as you can see, it strips everything out almost immediately. And it's basically just leaving a husk behind. So much fun. Alright, so reposition. We'll let it take the rest of this stuff out, then we'll take that stuff out, and should be okay. There's an assertive guppy coming in too. Yeah, but this is why my sim speed actually takes a hit in one in the newest build. It's because of this guy. So you can see it without the ludicrous arming and targeting thing. Hey Brian, how you doing? Yeah, it's definitely a great way of doing it. I mean, you can see just how much. Let's see if we get out here. So let's put that away so I don't end up blowing up my own windows. But yeah, you can sweep past it, and some of the asteroid stations, doing a quick just flyby on it. Hey, there's somebody up there. What are you? I was able to basically just sweep all of the cannons off of it. Yeah. Wondering if that's debris or is that an actual ship trying to get away? But yeah, you can see how fast it strips so much stuff off of these things. I had it collecting armor for a while, but it was so overly aggressive on the armor blocks that it was leaving everything else. It was literally pulling everything, like all of the armor blocks off before it would pull any of the other materials. And so you'd have just like this cloud of stuff floating in space. And I got tired of having to chase things down, so... But you can see just how much stuff it pulls off there. Yeah. And I have them set up to assist each other, so if they run into something that's a huge block, that they're like the door blocks and the refineries and things like that, they'll team up on it, so that it just deletes stuff. Which is fun. So what we'll do is we'll do a quick, just let it sit here for a second. Remember that section was pretty much untouched, right? So let's go ahead and turn the saw off. That saw is off. And that it was within the let me try that again. It was within the projector for what, 10 seconds? Gone. Like absolutely gone. So with the shield system on here, it's nothing. Yeah, there's just not really anything that's a huge risk unless it's got railguns on it, because the railguns blow through the shields. But I mean, you can look at how much between what was destroyed and the bobs. Need to be careful because there might be cannons out here. I don't remember if there's guns on this portion or not. But you can see it's already like stripping all of this stuff down. But yeah. This thing is it's completely, just absolutely asinine. It's fun, but I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to use it, because I do think it's a little OP at this point. But this is why orcs and orcs, reavers, and corruption AI will make it into the save. Hey, look! Thanks for stopping in, Kurt. Goodbye. Oh, man. Alright. There we go. And there goes the armor blocks. Right. Yeah, so this is one of the reasons why with a lot of the survival series now, I've stopped using Bob, because it's too easy to do this kind of stuff. It really does take pretty much all of the engineering challenge out of the game. So now the fun part is that corruption, if I put corruption AI in, then I have to deal with the damn hacker bots. And that might be a little too much challenge. I don't need my ship becoming aggressive to me. Yeah. I'm basically just trying to get it to the point where the cleanup scripts will take care of it. No, my loot, come back. Oh, I'm not close enough. With the shields up, I can't get close enough to get my relative speed lock on. Do I get a lot of uranium? I actually get more uranium mining than I do from the salvage operations generally. It just depends on the target. The stations generally have very little uranium on them. I mean, some of them will have ridiculous amounts, but most of them are solar powered. And because they spawn on the system axes, they basically maintain power pretty much on their own. So there's no necessity for them to have the uranium. Now the big ships that you can find out here, do we have any on radar? No. We have pieces of ships and stuff out there. There might be something. I'm gonna take a look out there. Yeah, we've got so much debris in this space now. I'm gonna have to force run the cleanup script. There is what looks like to be some ships out there. So depending on what those are, we might get some uranium off of them. But the ones that I found are some of the better ones are from the third-party mods that are completely unrelated. Basically, people built ships in creative mode, and so they'll have, you know, like 2,000 uranium on them or something like that. So, but yeah, it really just depends. Actually, how much uranium do I have? You know, most of this is stuff that I mined. So I've got just miscellaneous amounts of uranium here and there. The other thing that I don't like about Bob is that Bob does not always give you faction hits. Which is something that I have not been able to nail down what it is that will consistently do it. But like 9 times out of 10, you don't take a faction hit. But then sometimes you do. So turn the bobs off for a second. Is that something that I destroyed before, or is that something that... Because that is a whole lot of solar panel out there. Alright, let's go ahead and start hitting the brake. I am going to take over the turret. See if I can find this thing. There they are. Alright, that's a solar panel, alright. There's another one down there. What is that from? I see a bunch of lights on it, but what is it from? That's off of a station. I'm wondering what hit it, because that looks like that may have been a station that was raided by NPCs. So at one point, I know that part of the problem was the faction association, because, like you said, Bob counts as an NPC, but because you can have him factioned, like if you set Bob to be owned by faction or usable by faction, he was showing up in the faction list. But I don't know if that was a bug or what. Alright, so turn on our aiming light. You're mostly in there. Turn that on, turn that off. Okay. No, we just have to get him in range. Are you close enough? Come on, Bob. What you doing there, buddy? Should be, wait, because you're... There it goes. I mean, just look at how fast Bob does that. Clean up on aisle 3, right? But see what I was saying about how it's just ridiculously... It's just entirely too effective. I mean, look at how fast we just do a sweep on it, and things are basically gone at that point. As long as you can stay within range on it. So... Yeah, it should be within range. Okay. And the rest of it's just armor blocks. And now Bob goes and gets his after dinner mint. Alright, so with the guppy there, let's go... Not too worried about the rest of that debris. Let's see what we can do with just the Bobs. Right, all of our turrets are turned off right now. So we're going to do this with just the Bobs. Now, see, if we had the corruption AI, I'd have to worry about things like the turret down here that have the 2 Bobs on it. I'd have to worry about them basically becoming hostile. Okay, we've got the regular little turrets in. Hey, look at that. Guppy's been cut in half. Alright. You know what? Let's turn on the big turrets. Because we can. Suddenly the guppy's little defense buddy doesn't seem so happy. All right. There you go. We'll bring some more firepower in for you. How's that? Transports decided to ship away. Yeah, I know, right? So, but that's what I was saying about the let's do this, about the whole thing with Bob is that it's completely overdone. Not that it's a bad thing, but I mean, the one missile he got off didn't even get close to us. Oh, man. Anyway. Alright. I think what we're going to do then is, let's go... Do I have it on that one? No. No. Oh, I don't have the jump drive set up. Huh. Interesting. I thought I had them set up. Alright, well, let's set those up then. Oh, do I have anyone? We'll just go with you. Set you to jump. And we're going to have you head over to that waypoint, I think. Because I don't feel like flying that far. Yeah. Yeah, no, I do like the Bob mod, the Nanobot build and repair tool. I do like it. Like I said, my only real thing with it is that it just, once you've used it, it makes it really, really difficult to not use it anymore. Especially until you get to the point where you're doing stuff like this, where it's just completely overdone. Let's turn those off. But it's a fun chip. I need more gyros so it turns a little faster. But we have enough weapons on board that anything short of mods like Orcs or Corruption AI really isn't a challenge at this point. I mean, I've got a bunch of hostile mods in here already, including some of the wave spawner mods, and it's just, yeah, you can see how overly effective the ship design is. But is what it is. All right. So all of that, so above and beyond all of the BS that we've been doing today, the whole purpose of that was basically for this. I wanted to gather as much scrap as possible. Hey, look, we pulled 70k uranium out from somewhere. So we pulled about 100k out of there, raw uranium. Not bad. Not sure where we got it from, but hey, you know. But yeah, so basically what I'm doing is I want all of this to break down for components. And then we are going to head out from here. Actually, I need to get all of like the little combat ship back on board. But we're going to take off from this base. With the bobs, I don't know about with just the bobs. The main cannons, sure. I've got four railguns on it. I mean, if I actually put, if I had those slaved together so that they were concentrating fire on something, I think anything outside of the war boss would probably get deleted. And maybe the mech, only because it's got so much firepower on it. But those have shields on them now, right? I don't know what this. I don't know what how well the shields do against the railgun because of that penetration value. I'm gonna have to test that, but we'll find out either Friday or Monday next week. I'll do if I can get the war boss to spawn. We'll try the railguns against the war boss for you. We'll see how that works. I'll set them up for AI control on the turrets. Actually, I'm kind of surprised that I'm really surprised that the turrets aren't already set up on AI. Let's go here. I want you. What scripts do we have? Camera. Oh, enable AI on. And on. There we go. And I think that should do... I don't know if I turn the focus fire on, I don't know if that'll do it, but that should make things a little bit more interesting. Hey, Howard, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. But I think that's going to be it for today. Basically, I just need to get the ship back in here. Whoop, helps if I... get it over there correctly. We need to reposition it. But yeah, so for the folks who don't know, go pay Fade a visit over on Workshop. He's the one of the co-contributors for the Orcs mod, which we're going to be seeing here next. Like I said, we'll either do it Friday or Monday. I'm not sure which way it's going to work out yet. I'm going to be away from the computer, out of the house for a while on Friday, so I may not make it back in time to do the live stream. But barring any problems on that regard, I'll do the I'll bring the orcs in. We'll do some orc fight. See if we can get the war boss in. Have some fun with him. Trying not to destroy anything. See if we can get this docked up. I really should put an autopilot on this thing. And are you... proximity? There we go. Okay. All right. I think that's everything, right? Yeah, okay. So we'll go get that guy recovered. We'll get some things ready. I love the fact that we now have a permanently burning ship. I may put a couple of more of those on there just because I like the way those look. Oh, so on that note, I am going to get out of here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun hanging out with you. It's always good to talk to you, Fade. I'm glad you stopped by, so thank you for that. For everybody else, also appreciate everyone who stopped in, chat. You know, hopefully you enjoyed it. We will see you on, I want to say Friday. I'm going to try and do Friday. If I do, it'll be the same time. It'll be 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. But we'll see how that actually works out. If I know ahead of time that I'm not going to be able to make it, I'll let everybody know. I'll put a comment up on the channel. So otherwise, I will see you back here for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and we'll see you back here next time. As always, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Oh, gotta get all this stuff sorted.